conscious that there are other people around. Hey, how's it going? I couldn't wait a week to shoot this. I just got back from meeting up with Ollie, and the stuff that we had to talk about was nuts. We've just been talking for 4 hours about this kind of stuff. I want to share some of it with you guys. The first thing is how important it is to find somebody else who's going through the same thing you are, who's on the same path, and you can discuss it with them. You can discuss where you're at and where they're at, and you bounce the ideas off each other, realizations, and just the process of talking about this stuff with someone else will help you realize that you've come a lot further than perhaps you thought. It also really helped to get an idea of where we can go next, what other things we can do to push ourselves, and we've got a load of ideas. We sat and talked for like 4 hours. I recorded about 40 minutes of it. I didn't really think about it, but it would have been great to get this stuff on video. So we're going to actually get together at some point and shoot a video together. It's going to be cool. What else did I want to say? So where I'm at the moment is, like I said, I found this guy who I feel is on the same path as me. He's going through some of the same stuff. We're in a similar situation. It's something I hadn't felt with anybody for a long time, but I think it's really important to your journey. How did we meet? We met actually through public speaking. So I'd been doing public speaking, beginner's public speaking course as a way of putting myself out there and expanding my comfort zone, and he was on the course too. So we're like-minded individuals, and he's been on this same path on his own for quite a while, and then we met and discussed our ideas, and we're both on a similar path, so we connected. And that's really the way I think that you do it, is you just put yourself out there. You have to be on your own to start off with. Just very conscious that there are other people around. And just connect with each other, bounce ideas off each other, what you're learning, what you're going through. You'll have things of value to give to them, they'll have things of value to give to you. So one of the things that I learned is that an area that I'm uncomfortable, he's very comfortable, but an area that I'm comfortable, he's very uncomfortable. So in a way we're like connecting really well. And we're going to be able to help each other with that. But also I hadn't realised the value in what I was doing. I'd just seen the area of weakness that I had and that I wanted to improve on. But I didn't see it as a strength, whereas he saw it as a strength. So I really feel like people are listening to me because I'm doing something that's quite vulnerable, and I'm open to judgment. But the chances are they're not. That's why, half the reason why I want to shoot this out here. So another area that I feel I struggle in is expressing what's coming up for me, and especially in public speaking, where we have to talk for 2 minutes. That's like, you have to get up and talk about this topic for 2 minutes, and there's that pressure on you. And that's been an issue for me, where I feel like I'm not able to do that. And I had it in my head that I can't talk for 2 minutes. That's just not something that I can do, and that, you know, I freeze regularly. Well, that's true, I do freeze on occasion. I can also do it. And what we were discussing is how when you remove that pressure, it creates a space where you can do it, but there's no pressure to do it. So the way to do that is to, rather than say you have to get up and talk about this topic for 2 minutes, is to say, okay, you've got 2 minutes, talk about this topic for as long as you can in those 2 minutes. If you have nothing to say, that's completely fine. Maybe you've said everything you need to say on that and nothing else comes to you. Doesn't matter, you just stand there for the rest of the 2 minutes. If something else comes up, then you can continue to speak about it. And that's really cool, like it's being comfortable with that silence and knowing that, alright, maybe I've said everything. There's just no pressure there. All of a sudden that anxiety disappears. And that's a good thing, but it's also, you want to be able to be comfortable with the anxiety, so there's good and bad points to that. Even talking to a camera is really cool about this, because I'm learning stuff as I do this. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this channel is that I want to be comfortable with shooting these videos. I know in some of my other videos, and maybe even this one, I look a little bit uncomfortable. I'm definitely uncomfortable out here doing it. And I want to get better at being able to talk to the camera and express myself more and use different tonality and all that kind of stuff. But at the moment, this is the process I'm going through. I'm sharing that with you as you're going through this process as well. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to not be really good at this to start off with. Just committing to doing it for myself, learning to enjoy it for myself, put it out there so that it can give value to others if they're going through this and they find it useful. And when I start doing the coaching, it's a way of showing my clients who maybe if they're struggling with the progression, show them what I went through so that they can see they're not alone, and that this is actually the progression. The way it looks is that sometimes you go forward, sometimes you feel like you've gone backwards, and then you move forward again straight afterwards. And actually I heard this before, the times where you feel like you've taken a step backwards, that's actually really good, because those are the points where you take the biggest step forward. I think I felt that with public speaking, where I felt like I was given a talk on something and I really struggled to talk about it. I felt as anxious as I'd ever been up there, and I felt like I'd taken a backward step. But then a week or two later, I felt so much more comfortable than I ever had before. Don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I'd felt so anxious before, and this time I felt more comfortable. You know, what I was talking about I was more aware, more sure of, and that made it easier because I'd been through a worse time. Does that make sense? I'm not going to edit this video. I'm not going to cut out all the ums and ers, because I think that sometimes it's really useful to see those. I hope that it doesn't make it too difficult to listen to. Sorry if it does. It's being comfortable with the ums. Still watching? What else do I want to say? I don't know. Got any questions about this journey? I realise there aren't many people watching this at this point. It doesn't matter. I'm committed to putting these out there. This is my way of journaling at the moment, until I figure out what I want to write about. We spoke about that some volley, so maybe I'll have something to talk about that at some point. Okay, I'm going to cut it there because I feel like this has gone on long enough for a video that isn't edited. If you have any questions about this video, leave me a comment below. If it wasn't too painful to watch, give me a thumbs up, and hit subscribe if you're interested in following my journey and you would like to begin this journey for yourself. Cheers.